Hello, friends, benders and non-benders alike. Welcome to Braving the Elements, Nickelodeon's podcast about all things Avatarverse. I'm Janet Varney.
And I'm Dante Basco. And Varney, you know, recently I've been hanging out with my brothers. And just talking about all the sibling stuff, the brothers stuff between book one, book two. I mean, there's some heavy stuff going on. And, you know, we got the brother against brother.
Please.
Water tribe situation.
Please tell me that you are telling your brothers the amount of times you have used your personal life brotherly experiences spilling their tea to use as an example for the show.
I've been leaving some of that out because I don't they don't even know about all of it. It's just for those people out there listening to this podcast.
So if they listen to it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, well, you know, not really, because I speak the truth.
You just, well, I will say you are, we've talked about it a lot on the podcast. You're right. This season, there was a ton of sibling energy, a lot of complicated, interesting, cool dynamics. And we would almost give a whole episode over to these fantastic and complex sibling dynamics. But if we did that, I feel like we would need two guests that really, you know what I mean, would earn that episode. Like two phenomenal
Do you got anyone
siblings.
to help us out here?
I mean, in the sense that we pre-planned this episode and we have two phenomenal guests right now, yes, because we have Levon and Maya Hawke.
Welcome to the show, you guys.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for being here.
We're so happy to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We grew up and still do actively practice a worship of this show.
Oh.
It is our Bible. But we truly are so happy to be talking to you guys. The work that you've done on this show is changed our lives. So thank you for having us.
Really did.
I'm flattered.
I know. I'm speechless. No, but we, you know what, you guys, we feel the same way. That's why we love doing the show. This show is that we can just sort of live in that space and talk about all the amazing Iroh advice and talk about, you know, just all of the stuff that we can all relate to, even though these characters are doing seemingly magical things, that it's still so grounded in reality and like real life relationships that it's extremely comforting and like very inspiring. So we agree. As fans, we agree.
We as fans, and the fact that you guys are such super fans and have so much knowledge, I have a test for you.
Oh, no. Well, we might throw some trivia questions at the end, but we didn't want to like overwhelm you.
We're here for it.
We're here for tests. We're here for tests.
So you kind of teased it a minute ago, you two, but so did you grow up watching Avatar? Did you discover it at like a certain point? Like what's your relationship to it?
My grandfather, he was a Buddhist monk. He was one of the Dalai Lama's monks. And so we grew up around a lot of this kind of philosophy and thinking. And he first discovered this show. I think our mom watched it at the gym on a treadmill and was like, I have to show this to my kids. I've now gotten a recommendation from from grandfather and myself. And so then it became the family show. And we grew up watching it together. And really, it's been like one of the things that has bonded us and kept us close and with a communal kind of understanding and reference points. You know, we both have our different interests. And I, lean a little more towards some stories, like I'm a little more Golden Compass. He's a little more Lord of the Rings, but we can land at Avatar.
Well, very quick, and we're not here to talk about them, but very quick shout out to your mom, Uma Thurman, who apparently watched the show on a treadmill. That makes me also very happy. This is lovely.
It took us a long time to get our dad to watch it, but again, in the pandemic, we sort of sat down and we went all the way through. And now he calls us and it's like, I was just thinking about that moment at the end where Aang chooses not to kill the Fire Lord. I feel like that's me right now. And we're like, yeah, Dad.
You're phenomenal. Just having a sense, your dad is Ethan Hawke, and just knowing that he has a real love of like beautiful literary masterpieces, and he has such an appreciation. He's an author also. Like, this is the kind of show where if you can get somebody who's very erudite to give it a chance, then they will fall in love with it also.
But hold up. I don't want to skip over the fact that your grandfather was a Buddhist monk for the Dalai Lama.
I know.
What?
What a compliment to the show.
What an airbender.
What a compliment to the show that a wonderful divine mind and heart was like, hey, they got this right.
I didn't know we could be monks.
That's so wonderful.
He loves it, and he goes by the name Tenzin in our household.
Master Tenzin, I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait to get started.
What?
Oh my God! This is the least we've ever spoken. We're just we're both
what's
just speechless.
going on right now.
This is beautiful.
You really brought the Avatarverse into the world.
I know.
You know?
It's never been classier. The Avatarverse has never been classier than it is today and right now.
I'm fascinated.
Yeah. Well, you talked about a second ago, Maya. You said that you and Levon have different. You're drawn to other stories like Lord of the Rings and like the Golden Compass. Are there themes, just to use that term broadly, within the Avatarverse that really speak to you? Like, are there sort of,
I mean, where do we begin? I almost feel like we need a more narrow question because there's so much that's true. But I mean, obviously, because it's the focus of the episode, the sibling dynamics that are portrayed without the show is definitely something we talk about a lot. Like, Mako and Bolin are so important. Sokka and Katara, obviously, Zuko and Azula are so and all of these different examples of different ways in which siblings and this proximity that you have to each other and this deep love can both can create complication and also tremendous bond and change. That we talk about that a lot.
Absolutely. And one thing we were talking about this morning even was in the episode The Painted Lady of the initial show, is that you get Katara's wanting to stop and help these people while Sokka is focused on the future. And there's hundreds of towns like these. They can't stop at every single one. And then that's just kind of the embodiment of their big clash with each other, what it always is, of compassion in the moment versus steps that have to justify the ends. And I think that that's really true of all the sibling duos, is one of them tends to lean more towards momentary honesty and the other with more a vision towards the future. It's definitely true of Zuko and Azula and also of Mako and Bolin.
I love that.
Yeah, brothers.
It's deep.
Brothers are deep. And the brothers continue this kind of theme when we get into Korra with
Amon and Tarrlok.
Yes, and then again in the book too.
Yeah. Before we get to that, before we get to that, are there characters? Because we're going to ask you, we have our
three
big
favorite characters.
Well, we're going to ask you our three big questions that might sort of spill into this. But do you have favorite characters or arcs that you really love from certain characters?
In the whole series.
It's okay to say Zuko because that's all of our favorites.
I really love Toph's arc.
Oh yeah.
She really and yeah.
How would you talk about what is Toph's arc?
Well, to me, Toph's arc, they do it quite quickly, but it has to do with being alone. That she's got this locked in thing where she can't express herself to her family, and she's self-sufficient, she's self-empowered, and there's this incredible moment where she enters the Avatar team where Katara has to basically explain to Toph that being able to carry your own weight is not enough.
Right.
Even if that we all need to carry each other's weight in different ways, and she starts to open up and understand what being a part of a team is and how to let love into her life.
That's true.
And how to trust people. Absolutely. And I feel like that I love that arc.
Absolutely, which is why
I like how Levon questioned her what arc is that? What arc do you speak of?
Classic siblings. No, but I agree, and I think that moment, that's what makes the Tales of Ba Sing Se so key for so many of the characters. That little beautiful gem of a tale with Katara and Toph, where
it's so big.
They have their spa day, and then they get made fun of by these rude girls afterwards, and Toph really has a moment just inside of that one episode, and it's like a mini episode inside of a big episode where she cries and is like, I know who I am.
I'm not looking for anyone's approval. I know who I am.
That's what I really admire about you, Toph. You're so strong and confident and self-assured.
But that's I think that's one of the only moments that you get a sense from her that's it's kind of hard to know who you are.
Yeah,
well,
I really thought about it until Maya was talking about it. Well, you should know more. You're an only child having that only child kind of storyline concept. Yeah. What Maya just said was interesting because I have a lot of brothers and sisters, so I don't have that dynamic. But it's the Michael Jordan thing. You're so good, Michael Jordan, Toph.
Janet, you're so good, Janet.
At what
Keep
you
going.
do, and you're so strong. You've been your whole life kind of just doing your thing so good, but you have to be part of the team. You have to be part of the family. There's a different dynamic you have to learn. It can't all be about how great you are, being that you're so great. But for us to win, for us to save the world now, you have to I don't know. You got to figure out how you fit into this bigger thing.
The amount of times that Toph saves Team Avatar completely. Like if they didn't have Toph, they would be nothing. Is like so many times. Like she's just mega super. Like she's mega super.
She's the goat.
But how much do because I was going to say, I think if only children who have like good and decent parents, especially like me, I didn't grow up with any money or anything. And like as an only child, it's not like I was spoiled in the conventional sense, but there's this thing that happens to a lot of only children I know, which is very Toph, which is very the library, quite frankly, which is I have to do everything perfect or I'm nothing, Like I'm an echo chamber, and at any moment I could like reveal to everyone that I'm garbage. And so in that moment when Toph has to choose between everyone in the library and saving Appa, like that's the worst. I mean, that's anyone's worst nightmare, right? Is like, I have to choose.
Right.
And you kind of beat yourself up about that for the rest of your life, even when people tell you, that like it was an impossible choice. Oh, Toph. We love Toph so much. True. Levon, what about you? What characters do you love?
Before I even go down that rabbit hole, is to follow up with what you were just saying, which is about choice. And in that moment, Toph does have to make a choice. And one thing I love about the show is how many times they give us choices and then offer a third option. That's kind of the beauty of Aang's big problem at the end of not wanting to take a life but having to face him. And then in that moment, though, Toph does have to choose. And there's a few hard choices that do remain. And one being, like when Sokka and Katara's father has to choose whether to go defend the world or be there for them. That confrontation is so meaningful because choices do cause so much pain. But in the end, it feels to me like there's always a third option, is what the show really presents.
Aang's big choice. I mean, the whole thesis is like,
is this
to kill
third option?
Third option, you don't have to. You can disarm.
Toph is stuck in the metal box. Even she can learn to bend metal. Even the thing that we were just talking about of their father needing to go away, then they realize they can all save the world together. They don't need to say goodbye in order to do what needs to be done. And that third option is just really, I think, the thing that sticks with me the most of the entire show, is being able to, even in life's hardest moments, look for something that can be true to yourself and accomplish your ends.
Okay, I've almost burst into tears like 4 times already in this conversation, and we're just getting started. So thank you for bringing so much heart and affection and just like understanding of the Avatarverse. Well, you know what? Let me ask one more thing, because Levon, you talking about choice, I think it's clear to me that you both, from a very early age, seem to have like a very good understanding of like what makes good storytelling, and you both make really, really interesting choices in your careers. It seems like you like, am I wrong? Like just being familiar with your work, it feels like you're drawn to characters who often have to make difficult choices, or who are in complex worlds that are that they're not particularly simplistic. Can you talk to us about that a little bit?
I think one thing that people sometimes forget is how little choice is involved for a lot of one's career, that you're really doing what opportunities present themselves to you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, oh my God, this is and sometimes you're like, I can do this. This is like, this will be right. And like, I'm being invited to try.
Yeah.
And so I feel there's a lot less choice involved than maybe it seems like. It's just what opportunities are there.
Yeah, there's like, a lot of people go like, did you choose? I'm like, nah, it's what came my way.
Oh, for sure. People are like, what made you decide to play Korra? I'm like,
they
excuse
hired
me?
But at the same time, I think there's a karmic thing. There's a laws of attraction thing that goes on. In the best cases, there are. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes I think every now and then the right actor and the right character meet up.
Well, I've always said that I felt like Mike and Brian were preternaturally attuned to who they cast. Not to say, I mean, in terms of like people's souls and personalities in our like just long time of even doing this show, there are always these little moments with the actors who voice these characters where we're like, yeah, you're totally Iroh, or like you were totally supposed to, it's really something.
I can see it in you, even you using your completely normal you voice. I can see it in you, and her big choice and crux of, tell me if you think I'm wrong, because you know better than anyone, but she has so much power and so much self-belief, which is the opposite of Aang, right? Like he has to figure out how to believe in himself, but she does believe in herself. and then now has to actually go through the journey of becoming a realist, or of understanding her weakness and protecting herself when she needs to, that she can't do everything all the time by herself.
No, that's so true. And I think that's something that I've really loved exploring deeper with doing Braving the Elements, is like just having a deeper understanding of, you know, if you were Aang and you had missed out on 100 years when you were positive that people really could have used you, what else would you do in your next incarnation than go in real hot, like master as many elements as you could super fast, and be like, get me out there, put me in, coach, like I'm ready, I gotta save the world, quick, right now, you know, like that sense of urgency. You could totally see how that would carry through from like, oh, I was absent for 100 years, I can't waste any time this life, you know?
Right. But the problem is that also incurs.
Then that's going to create its own, the law of unforeseen circumstances.
Exactly.
100%.
So we asked all our guests a few questions. So let's start with the first question we asked. So for both you guys, who do you ship? Relationships within the Avatarverse. Who do you ship?
Baby, you're my forever girl.
So it could be across both shows if you have
across
favorites.
both shows. Who are your favorite ships? Do you have a favorite ship?
Korra Asami.
Oh, yeah.
Korra
They walk
Asami
off into that light together.
Yes.
Korra Asami.
Zuko and Katara.
Little Zutara.
It's devastating to even say because we're here for our boy Aang, but it's just
They had something. They both shared so much. They're both these kind of broken creatures that learn to do good and keep trying so hard every day. I just see it. I just see it.
That's legendary.
So
Korra
good.
Asami, Zutara. I mean, hey.
I mean, listen, you picked some real favorites.
Hey, you
so
know, Zutara
we're great
forever.
with it.
Animal Crossing.
Hybrid animals.
So, in the Avatarverse, do we have any favorite hybrid animals?
I love this Shirshu.
The Shirshu is powerful.
Yeah.
Probably the most, I don't know, I think it's the most
It's
useful.
Nala, right? Nala?
Not the most aesthetically
Nyla.
looking animal, but maybe the most
Nyla.
useful
Yeah, Nyla.
animal. Tracking, you track.
Oh,
definitely.
for sure. And like, you know, just if you absolutely need to use it, why don't you go ahead and paralyze someone with
If you
your tongue?
have to. He's paralyzed.
Only temporarily. The toxins will wear off in about an hour, but by then he'll be in jail and I'll have my money.
But how did you find him on my ship?
My Shirshu can smell a rat a continent away.
I like
No
it.
problem.
If you have to.
You got to lean into it a little bit, keep somebody safe, knock somebody down,
I know.
keep them still for a minute.
Hey, you
Yeah,
know.
I know. We love
And the
Nyla.
lion turtle, obviously.
Obviously, the
the
lion turtle,
turtle.
which I'm fascinated by.
Oh, yeah.
Since beginningless time, darkness thrives in the void, but always yields to purifying light.
And I'm confused by him at the same time. I don't really 100% understand.
That's what great power and
great
ancient
power.
force
We're
and
just on
beauty
his
and
back,
spirituality should be. You should always
swimming
be
around
mystified.
the world. We're mystified.
That means you're not taking it for granted.
I'm not taking. I don't know idea what exactly it is, but I love it.
I love the way Korra further explores the mythology around the lion
Oh, yeah.
turtle. I
Oh,
love the way
yeah.
they really go into that in Korra, in that incredible animation switch
Isn't that
sequence.
amazing?
Yeah, telling the story of the first Avatar and the lion turtle is just such. I love that.
It blew my mind. It blew my mind. The first time seeing that, it really blew my mind. Like, oh, we shared the space with spirits and people just lived on the backs of lion turtles in between the open space is like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
We still may be on the back of that lion turtle.
So awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, Levon? Any favorite hybrid animals?
Yeah, my little cheat answer is I'm going with the Earth King's bear.
Yeah.
Because
Basco the
not-
bear.
It's just not a hybrid, and I just love imagining being in the writer's room for when they came up with that idea. Like, so should he be a turtle bear or a flamingo bear? I said, no, this one.
No.
This is gonna be the one. And
Yeah, I feel like we talked to the
Just
writers
a
about
bear.
that.
Yeah.
They like high-fived each other in the
Like,
room.
we're
They were
just a
like,
bear.
oh, we're so clever.
Certainly you mean his pet skunk bear.
Or his armadillo bear.
Gopher bear?
Just bear.
It's a king, the Earth King's bear.
Yeah.
And he's obviously a very wealthy, well-off man.
Yeah.
And in a world of hybrid animals, if you have
The rarity might be a regular animal.
The rarity of the only animal is, only the rich guys got that. Only the rich guy. It's like if you're having a tiger now.
Yeah.
You're like Tony Montana, I got a tiger.
we were just at a con together in Vegas and we were with a bunch of our co-stars, and I was with Jack DeSena, and we were walking and passed by an organization that had birds, like bird rescue and falconry and stuff. Yeah, and so they had a hawk over there. We both like we're children. We were like, hockey! We found hockey! Like, let's take a picture with hockey.
Good little messenger hockey. Who's got pretty feathers?
All right, what about the big one?
What kind of bender would you be?
I don't know if I want that kind of power.
All right, the big question.
I'm very curious about what your answers are going to be.
Who wants to go first, but in the Avatarverse, if you were a bender, what element would you bend?
It's been debated countless times in this family.
Maybe the main subject of conversation, the safest an awkward moment comes up. Hey, what kind of bender do you think you are today? Is it changed since the last time we talked about it?
Yes.
Does it fluctuate? But is there one that you're drawn to that is the gravitational force to you?
But we could have a couple of avatars on our hands too.
But even avatars come from.
Well, that's true.
Even avatars come from an
Great
element.
point. Great point.
Excellent.
Honestly, excellent point. I think air and water, if I may speak for us both here.
I think so. We're either air and water or
air and water
firebenders that are like the chillest firebenders ever.
Yeah,
We're like we're either air and water or we're like really chill fire.
No, I'm a chill firebender.
You are a chill firebender.
Air and water.
You would never know, based on your defense of how much you want everyone to be a firebender, you would never know how chill you truly
there
are.
are good folks in the
very
Fire
chill.
Nation.
Good folks in the Fire Nation.
There's some good folks. Contrary to popular belief, there are some good folks.
Real good folks
in the Fire Nation.
Air and water. Shout out to your
water.
Shout out to your grandfather. You got to have some of that air
if your
represented.
grandfather's a Buddhist monk,
yeah,
there's some definite air there. A lot of air. Who is older between you two?
Guess. He blew it.
She is. By how much?
I am.
You are.
3 years.
3 years. Wow. Okay.
Dante's a middle kid.
I'm a middle child. I'm 3 of 5. So I know.
We're 2 of 5.
You're 2 of. So what number are you in there? Because I know the pecking order.
We're the first 2. We're 1 and 2 of 5.
Okay, so me and Levon are the middle children. Middle children, anchors. You know what I'm saying? No, I always ask like siblings, like what number are you? Because I know the pecking order means a lot sometimes. Even when we were watching Umbrella Academy, we're like, I know the numbers. Yeah. They mean.
Well, wait. So what's
something.
what's the pecking order with? Because you're 5'2", right?
I'm number 3 of 5.
Yeah. I'm saying your family's 5, their family's 5. Are you saying like the pecking order is? It's not just as simple as like oldest, second oldest, middle, da da da. Because the baby sometimes gets to be on top of the heap.
Yeah.
Right?
The baby's a whole nother thing, for sure. No, you guys are 5 or you guys are 3?
5.
There's 5. So you're 1 and 2 of 5? You're 1?
I'm number 1. And I will tell you, I think that I do think I'm at the top of the pyramid. Just kidding.
No,
Levon's the only boy. Levon's the only boy, so that's his own special
Oh my
power.
God, Levon.
That factors in too.
Yeah, totally factors. We're 4 boys and 1 girl. So.
Oh wow,
Levon, that's rough, buddy, for you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I felt like Sokka growing up in the Southern Water Tribe, just surrounded by all ladies.
Maya got the whole Katara thing going on. Older sister.
Yeah.
Older sister for sure.
My sister's the youngest of all of us. She's a baby, so it's like all this stuff. I couldn't imagine if she was older than me. Yeah. I could not imagine it.
Here's what I'll say about being the older sister, though, because Katara gets cast in the like naggy, you know what I mean? Like she gets thrown into that thing where like you, as the oldest sister, you're like, I don't want to be your mother. Like I don't want to be the naggy one. You're putting me in that position, and now I have this like label on me that I never asked for. Like that's how I feel. I feel a lot of empathy for Katara.
Do I act like a mom?
Well,
Stop rubbing your eye and speak clearly when you talk.
I mean, I get it.
So well in that episode on the cliffside, where she's really going through that, and it's like, I don't want to be this person. I just don't know who else to be. It's who I've always had to be.
Yeah.
I ship Zutara for sure, but there's moments where I'm very annoyed by her as a sibling.
Thank you for your honesty.
I'm just saying, I'm very annoyed by Katara. She starts talking, and I just zone her out because I know how siblings talk. I'm like, I can't listen to you anymore for a while.
I feel like that's why we ship them, is because they balance each other out. Like Aang and Katara are both so good.
You're right.
That there's like, there's a little missing balance of that hot spark there.
Yeah. Well, especially because I mean, they're asking a lot. Look, our two dads know how we feel. I support the canon. I'm all for it.
For
like
sure.
Long term,
100%.
I get it. That being said, they do make it hard for us all. In my opinion, they make it hard for you to get on board for that when you see Katara looking at him and talking about him and thinking about him as a little child.
Yeah.
That's all.
I know. It happens.
It's an uphill battle.
But it's happened in a lot of stories. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, young Anakin and Padme. Like, it always does that to me. I'm like, what are you doing? How is that going to work out? But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes.
And they do give Aang a pretty substantial glow up.
They do.
Oh,
they do. He gets ripped.
Oh yeah, he does.
He gets a little ripped. Yeah.
So we're talking about sibling rivalry.
Yeah.
Right, and we're in the Korra.
Yeah, we're in Korra. We just finished. We're just wrapping up. Well, we're not there yet, but we're sort of easing towards the end of book 2, kind of where we are in the chronology of when we're talking to you and where we are with our episodes. But really quickly, when we started watching Korra, because Dante had never seen it before, he came in and he was like, very troubled by the love triangle. He was troubled by like Bolin liking a girl and Mako kind of ending up stepping in.
I mean, it happened.
And like
backstory. So my little brother, my youngest brother, I took the girl he really liked to prom.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So this is bringing up some stuff
Mako
for
stuff
him.
to him. He was on some Bolin stuff. He still is. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
He's like, he just looks at me like, I don't get it with you. I don't get you.
Yeah, but Mako's the older one. Like, girl stuff aside, Mako's the older one, and he does, to the great point that you guys made earlier, he's like the one who's worried about the future and is sort of like trying to kind of rein in the ebullience that Bolin brings to the table in a way that I feel like, do you think that Mako envies Bolin for kind of just being so in the moment, or do you feel like he doesn't? I genuinely don't know the answer. What do you two think?
I might be projecting, but I think yes.
I'll feel that one in that I think absolutely yes, and again maybe projection, but that Mako had to put so much on him to kind of like get them through that hard period in their lives.
Right.
That then Bolin just gets to be the homie with the ferret having a great time.
Right.
Yep.
And I think that Mako resents the pain that he's had to carry for so long.
Right.
Yeah.
We gotta find some more of that Mako pain, because like the audience, there's a lot of fan base out there like looks sideways at Mako sometimes for whatever reason. But I'm like, he went through a lot.
Oh, of course he did.
I mean,
no,
Bolin,
absolutely.
and I love Bolin. Bolin. I mean, Bolin gets, he doesn't get the girls. He gets some girls. He doesn't get the initial girls. He becomes a movie star.
But he's
Nuktuk.
And that's something that I think
Nuktuk.
No, he becomes Nuktuk, but like it is something that we can relate to when you are like Bolin is far less guarded. He is so cheerful and silly and goofy, and he's the comic relief in the show, and he's very, very lovable at first sight. Like at first blush, you're like, oh, this kid's great. Like we love him. And it's hard to be the sibling of someone like that if you're more guarded and if you're more serious. Then you do get the short end of the stick because people are like, I don't even know if he likes me. Like, I don't even know. But you could argue that when Mako cares about you and Mako lets you see that side of himself, it's a little bit more of a gift because he has let you in. Whereas like with Bolin, kind of what you see is what you get,
Well, I feel like the thing is that in order to be lighthearted, you actually need to feel safe, usually.
Love that.
And that the older sibling can at times shelter the burden of not feeling safe.
Yes.
And create safety for the younger sibling.
Yes.
Which then lets the younger sibling be lighthearted.
You sound like an older sibling. You sound like an older
My
sibling.
mom my mom's the oldest of 4, and this is resonating so hard for me right now.
You sound like an older
all the
sibling with that
she's told
speech
me.
right there. That would sound like a Katara speech for sure.
It's so good though. It's true. It's
but
true.
I like it. I mean,
it might be the reason why I say I'm water is because of how much I relate to Katara.
You're right.
I relate to Katara a lot.
Yeah.
I hear you. I'm feeling that.
Even in some of this, especially when I'm annoyed at myself, I'm like, oh, you're being such a Katara right now.
Yeah. I feel
I hear what you're saying. And there's a lot to be said for the older sibling, but like I'm not crying over Mako's all right. Mako was dating Asami, he's dating Korra, he's a championship bender. Mako's fine.
Mako's fine.
Sometimes it's self-induced stress elders put on themselves. Sometimes elders put self-induced stress upon themselves, and it trickles down to stressing us all out.
Need.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But then you always get the girl.
Yeah. I know. All right, so let's take a quick break from those two boys and just talk about like the slightly younger version of siblings that we see in Korra, which is Jinora and Ikki and Meelo. So cute. 3 little airbenders.
Yeah.
Pretty cute, but you even see...
Jinora is my hero.
Oh, Jinora. So gentle.
Jinora's amazing.
Yeah,
one of the best arcs in the show, I think.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't even know what the arc is really. He's just starting to get a peek of it because of book 2 and like
there's more
and stuff. Oh yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I like her though.
Yeah, they crushed her character.
They crushed her character.
She's really, really great. And then Meelo, we found out by doing Braving the Elements that they wanted Meelo to be even, and this is their words, quote, even uglier.
Unhand me, strange woman.
So evidently they think of Meelo already as being ugly, but
I think he's cute.
They wanted. Of course he's really cute. But he's based on like a little kid that was just like a holy terror, I guess, that I think Brian knew.
An ugly little kid.
I mean, I didn't say it. It's in the art book. But then you have the little middle sister Ikki, who's like just so delightful and talkative, and she's a little chatterbox.
You look old. How old are you? And why is it so cold in the South Pole? Can we make a campfire and all huddle around it and tell scary stories and make snowmen? And then can you make the snowman move with waterbending and chase us? Wouldn't that be fun? Huh? Wouldn't it?
But then she's the one who really, when we see their dynamic kind of break down, she's the one who kind of runs away because the older and the younger gang up on her, and then she just ends up like wanting to hang out with those tiny air bison. And it's a very sweet story with her and Tenzin.
And with just ugly babies out there, no disrespect to ugly babies. My mom was just having a conversation because I just had a kid, and we were talking about the kid.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The kid looked cute, but then
He's
my mom was saying
extremely cute.
Her ugliest child was my brother Darian, who happens to be the most handsomest now.
There you go.
So, shout out to ugly babies. Doesn't mean you're going to stay ugly your whole life. You might end up being the most handsomest or prettiest later on. I just don't want people out there thinking we out here talking smack about ugly babies.
Cannot wait for someone to clip shout out to ugly babies.
Shout out to ugly babies.
If there's one takeaway from this episode, it's shout out to ugly babies from Dante Basco.
My mom said has the nerve to in front of me say your
older brother's a handsomest.
The handsomest.
Yeah.
I said,
that's
what
what's burning
did you just say?
That's what's burning you up.
That's cold. That's cold.
Okay, let's go back to if we thought that there was anything complex between Mako and Bolin, it is so dwarfed by what we see with Nuktuk, aka Amon, and Tarrlok, which is one of my favorite stories in Korra.
Crazy.
It is so good, right? What do you guys? How do you feel about that whole arc? Like, it's kind of amazing.
I think it's amazing. It's like that first season is so perfect. Because the way that it ends is so shocking.
It will be just like the good old days.
It's so cinematic.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So heavy.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that comes down to the ways in which siblings are so bonded that even, there's like Greek myths about this, that even when one sibling does something totally unforgivable, the two are still united and are connected and actually share that responsibility because they understand where each other's shared pain comes from.
Yes.
And so you can have these two people who are acting in total opposition to each other, one trying to do good, one trying not to, but when the rubber meets the road, they can't be separated, right? Like they have a shared karmic path.
Right. Which had to end in the way it ended.
Well,
it's almost give you some movie in itself. It's a movie in and itself.
It's their whole thing, and I love that you said that, Maya, because that makes so much sense in the context of like that the person who takes him down ultimately kind of has to be his brother. It's not going to be the Avatar. It's not going to be anybody else. It's going to be the sort of like other side of the coin.
But as a sibling, as siblings, both of you, I want you to imagine having your bending taken away by your sibling. I mean, could you imagine? I was like, when I found they were brothers, like, what?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's like
it would be.
It's so devastating.
Devastating.
Yeah. And Tarrlok, we had Dee Bradley Baker, who voices all the animals and who voices Tarrlok, and on the podcast, and we really came away from that episode feeling like I just don't remember giving Tarrlok as much love when I watched the series for the first time.
Because he's a little slimy.
Because he is, but then his arc is like this mini. Right. It's almost like a little mini Zuko arc. Like he's so obsessed with like getting this power and doing this thing. And to your point, he thinks his end goal is
he's trying to do the right thing.
Best,
he's trying to do the right thing,
which is not. I mean, I guess Amon kind of thinks that too.
Everyone is.
Yeah, but for him to come around and go, I was wrong. Like I was wrong, and seeing my own brother's demise is like the thing that's making me realize how wrong.
Because the thing about Zuko, the arc is the most important thing that doesn't happen a lot of time in shows, or of course not cartoons, or change. You don't see a character really change, and that's I think the thing that a lot of people gravitate towards Zuko because you're wow. The change, and so with Tarrlok we do see that change. Yeah, and you can't say that for most characters out there, like it's real change.
It's such a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice when he stays in, like being locked up because he doesn't want Amon to know that like he has given information to Korra. He wants them to stay on top of like out in front of him. So he sacrifices himself, and then you're like, oh, that was such an amazing sacrifice, and you're like, oh. That was nothing compared to what he's about to sacrifice, his life.
Yeah, but guess what?
Totally. And it's interesting the way in which that goes against some of the morality from the first Aang story, which is like this, Zuko should not face the Fire Lord. Iroh should not face the Fire Lord because it becomes brother killing brother or son killing father in the pursuit of power, and it gets polluted. But it's interesting how right off the bat, they do get into this more complicated zone of actually the sibling is the only one that can really deactivate it.
Absolutely. Right. And then
I would say the second you took away my bending, I would be plotting your death. The very second it happened, it was like,
don't come for my bending.
You just my bending. It's not today. Someday, maybe soon.
When you least
you're
expect
gonna die. Don't sleep.
Get him. So this has been a fun couple of books for Dante because it really takes the, if you'll pardon the expression, heat off of the Fire Nation and the complicated sibling relationships with the Fire Nation, because we had two bloodbenders from the Water Tribe.
Horrible.
At each other's throats.
The worst thing to ever do. Bloodbending.
And then we move into book 2 where we have these two other brothers who are totally in opposition to one another.
There's a lot of
what do you all think
stuff
about
going on in the Water Tribe.
Talk to us about what you think about Tonraq and Unalaq.
They're so complicated. Go ahead.
Well, it's so complicated. And one thing I just feel that this gets to is a part of the conversation of like, what bending would you be? Is it's a question about your nature. Like, what is the language with which you relate to the world? And the idea of taking it away is so devastating because we're all losing our nature, right? And then we get into Unalaq, and like Unalaq, what's so brilliant about that arc for him is that like it's what we thought was the best is a connection with the spirit world, but then here that is being exploited too.
Yeah.
So there's like nothing that can't be exploited by those that want power, even holiness, which is just so cool with him.
It's so true. And the whole exploration of balance and kind of where Korra, the show, is going, and the way that you meet balance in each book. It's like you meet balance in the form of Amon. Korra's personal journey is also about balance, but you see the strive for balance being this like extreme from Amon's perspective, like, well, it's unequal, right? It's unequal. The people who can bend, it's unequal. We need more balance. We just need no bending. And then in the next season, you have Unalaq, who's like, we need more balance. We're out of balance. We need to have this connection with the spirit world. But then it turns out he wants to be wildly out of balance and have Rava and Vatu be totally like not equal. And so I love what you said, Levon, because that idea of being able to corrupt even what seems like a search for balance inevitably ends up being like, oh, I'm sorry, you got a little too much of a taste of what it feels like to be in charge and have that control. And now all of a sudden balance doesn't seem as important anymore. Like we have to have stuff that keep us in check.
That's little brother stuff. See, little brothers, they want that power. And when they get that power, a lot of little brothers can't handle that power. Little brother, you always want the power, but then look what happens when you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's very true. It's very true. And it's also, I think, about learning to live with things being out of balance, which I feel like is a very important the thing even about our world today is like everyone is striving to rebalance things in all of these different ways. But actually, by striving to rebalance them from only your singular, unique point of view, you would actually throw them completely off balance.
Right.
And so what you need to do is like, you need to learn to live with the natural ebb and flow. I mean, even not to be cheesy, but like the yin yang symbol, which plays a key role in the end of book one of the first book. That yin yang symbol itself is off balance, right? It's not completely, it's balanced in its way, but the shapes themselves, if you separate them, are funky. And I think that's the learning to accept being slightly off balance to protect yourself from being completely off balance.
I love that,
one.
so much.
I like that.
I've never wanted a Twee and Law black and white fish tattoo more than I do right now after everything that you just said. You know, those two little fish.
Okay, let's talk about some other siblings.
Okay, all right.
What about Tenzin, Bumi, and Kaya?
We're Tenzin's brother and sister.
Also so complicated.
Oh,
so mind-blowing that this is Avatar Aang's children and what their dynamic ends up being. And the idea of being one non-bender and then having two different bender siblings. What do you all think about that?
I find it completely fascinating. I really relate to Bumi here in that I found that when I was about 17 years old or so, I was really into sports. And I was good at math, and I was very much did not relate to the rest of my family in art, because they're all artists. And then something clicked that felt completely out of my control and strange, where I just picked up a guitar and fell in love with playing music, and then played for a bunch of years and loved playing in bands. And then I was acting a lot more and really loving that. And it just felt like the way that Bumi just suddenly got his airbending and got to be a part of the joy that he feels his family experienced.
Dante doesn't know.
What?
Dante doesn't know.
I'm so sorry.
Foreshadow report.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
It's totally okay.
Foreshadow
I'm so
report.
sorry.
What are we
Everybody
talking
knew
about? What?
Spoilers.
That it's so bad.
It's
That's
okay.
so
Let's ignore
bad.
that. We call them foreshadow reports. That's something to look forward to. I like that.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
No, I love that. But I feel you because my family, we're full of artists too, and my siblings and all my nieces and nephews and stuff. Like we always tease, like if one of them comes to us, like I want to be a dentist. We're like, who are you hanging out with? Like who you hanging out with the wrong people? I want to be a doctor. Like you don't want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Go play this guitar.
I love that.
But also having those other interests and having a sense of them, and that's one of the things I love about just aging is that you don't realize how many tools you're putting in the toolbox that end up working across platforms, across different media. What you interests that both of you had, whether it be in school or sports or music. I mean, you're both musicians. You're both bringing everything. Everything can talk to. Each piece can talk to each other and bring something in that integrates even the most disparate seeming things inside of you and inside of your skill sets and stuff. And so I'm sure sports have made you a better musician, whether or not you can draw A to B, a line between the two, you're still everything's talking to each other inside.
Now,
I don't know.
Let me talk about these two siblings, which you guys are brother and sister here. Eska and Desna. Can we talk about these two water-bending psychopaths?
They are not psychopaths.
A little bit. Where I'm at right now.
Do you think that
where I'm at right now?
Is Wednesday Addams a psychopath?
No, I mean I don't know. Maybe psychopath's a hard word. They're extreme twins.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like them. I like them for sure. But I mean, they're a lot.
Thoughts on Eska and Desna, you two?
I feel like they've almost, their intimacy with each other is so close.
Yes.
The borders of their own identity and the way they separate from each other is so close that I think that's why they seem Weird or Wednesday Addams like is because they're actually living in their own universe of being kind of almost two halves of the same one, almost a twee in law themselves.
Yes.
And I really like them. I mean, I feel like they function as like a certain amount of comedic relief within the story and a sort of engine of unusual power.
So powerful.
But I won't give any more spoilers or foreshadowing, as we say. But I think the way in which they learn and grow is all about. Many years to me, this whole show is about hope and change.
Wow.
I didn't mean to do that. It's about Obama. But it's about like that they too have the capacity to change and to let go of, the things that they were taught and the lessons that they learned. It's almost a Zuko.
Yeah, no, they have trauma for sure.
As much as this show can, as much as this whole universe can, without, I mean, obviously that's what's so great about like this sort of supporting stuff out in other media, whether it's the comics or the graphic novels, but the idea that nothing exists in a vacuum. I think the show is both shows, the whole universe is so good at, insofar as you can, like obviously you can extend the tendrils way out into everything. You want to know every single person's backstory, every single person's parent, every single person. But with
so
Desna and
powerful.
Eska, you're like, well, yeah, I mean, you've set their father down right in front of me. I definitely don't expect them to be like quote unquote normal.
But they're so powerful. Like they're bending.
Great.
Their bending is like they're both Azula.
Yeah,
like
phenomenal.
how come you're both that good? They're too
phenomenal.
good of waterbenders. You're scaring me, and I still am pushing for like the Eska Desna DJ siblings that come
thinks
out
they'd be
and
great
they
DJs.
just. Could you imagine like these two siblings coming out in the fur coats and just rocking it? I'd be like, oh my god.
They would be the most popular DJs of all time.
Like blast snow on the bass
and
drop.
snow is going. It'd be crazy. I'm gonna hire some people and just take this on the road.
Yeah, perfect.
I think this is a great idea.
I mean, they got a great look and great performances by Aaron and Aubrey, obviously. We do want to ask you about, just give you some like sort of fun questions that I always love. We both love being asked by fans and stuff. So we'll start with, would each of you answer, would you rather go to Omashu or Ember Island, and why?
I assume unoccupied Omashu.
Yes, unoccupied.
Yes.
Fun, boomy era, like delightful, silly, weird Omashu.
I'm for sure going Ember Island. I've been really wanting to see sun in my life these days.
If I only had one chance to enter the Avatar universe and I had to pick one of these two things, I would choose Omashu because as like a historian, it's like there'd be so much more you could witness and observe because Ember Island is such a small slice of the Avatar population. But if I get to maybe go back again, or if it's like I'd rather go to Ember. If I'm like already there and I get to pick a place to go, I want Ember Island.
Got it.
Okay.
I think those are perfect answers for all the reasons. Okay.
Would you rather go to a pro bending match or a Nuktuk mover? The premiere even.
Pro bending
is the coolest thing.
Sorry,
Bolin. It's amazing.
Cold bending tops. What's the sport they play in Harry Potter? They play Quidditch.
Oh, Quidditch.
Quidditch is so much better than Quidditch.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Can't disagree. Cannot
I don't
disagree.
want to see no earthbender acting like a waterbender.
Okay, next question. Who do you think smells better, Appa or Naga?
Smells better?
From a breath kind of like we all love our animals, but those are both very big, and so
Naga.
Gotta be Naga.
Okay.
Gotta be Naga.
Appa's a
I'm
stinker.
gonna agree.
Appa's got a reek.
Yeah.
He's so big.
I'm gonna agree.
Who would you want to do an escape room with?
From the Avatarverse, if you could pick one character who's gonna be with you going through and doing and solving escape room puzzles, who do you pick?
Toph would be like, there's a secret room right there.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's true. Top vision.
But does that ruin it? Is it like, this is too easy?
Iroh.
I think I'm gonna go.
Sokka.
I think I'm going Sokka. I was
Sokka.
thinking Sokka.
Oh, you're so right.
Sokka.
He's a
fun with
good
Sokka.
he's the fun one in the room, but he's also a puzzle solver.
Yeah,
Like that's a pretty
Sokka
good
would
time.
be
That's a
pretty
good hang
good.
right there.
Yeah, did he whip out the monocle?
I'm ready.
He'd totally whip out the monocle.
He's like, it's time for me to be a detective. Absolutely.
I would do with Barrack. We'd take the chilies, and go upside down and just get real smart with our situation.
Have a brain, an idea storm.
An idea storm, yeah.
That's a really good one, too.
Julie would be helpful.
Julie comes with him.
Julie would be like, I took the liberty of solving all the puzzles for
Thank you.
So here you go.
Do the thing.
Yeah. Okay, if you were one of the Ember Island players, who would you like to portray?
In the play.
I know that's getting a little meta, but...
Yeah, in the play.
Do I have to...
And it doesn't have to be a pre-existing, you know what I mean? The Ember Island players could be covering the story of Amon. It could be covering the story of, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, it doesn't have to
Any
be
story you want
it
to
doesn't
be.
have to be that Ember Island players are replaying the same story we already saw them do.
Right.
But it also could be.
I need to take Sokka. First I was going to go Haru, but now I'm going Sokka.
Nice.
I might say I want to see the Ember Island players do Korra, and I would like to play Korra.
There you go.
I would like to feature it.
There you go.
That would be my dream.
That
I
sounds
love
like a
Korra so much.
waterbender.
I
love it.
Love that. Now I want to see both of these things come to fruition. You guys want to do a quiz?
And do the quiz?
We want the quiz.
Let's do the quiz.
I do not know how this falls on the easiness or hardness scale. Whenever I write a quiz like this, I'm like, I have no idea going in like how easy or hard it's going to seem. So we'll see what you guys think. But each of these are worth 2 points. So you can get 1 point if you get half right, but also like if one of you, it's your turn and you get it wrong, then the other of you can also answer, which means that someone could end up with a ton of points.
Oh, I thought we got to be a team.
No, you're going to compete. You're going to compete.
Oh, no.
What did you think was going to happen? This is sibling against sibling. We went
sibling
mean.
rivalry.
Okay.
Sorry, Katara.
We went mean.
Okay, jeez.
Okay,
here we go.
You Alex Trebek?
You start. No, you start.
Am I going to? Okay. All right. Which humble vendor from the Avatar, The Last Airbender, somehow ended up building a massive company by the era of the Legend of Korra? And what was that company called? Maya.
Okay, I got half the question. I know I'm half right. The second part, I'm not confident. It's the cabbage vendor.
Yes.
Right.
It's the cabbage vendor and his company. My instinct is that it's called My Cabbages.
That's a good instinct.
But yeah, cabbage. But that's can I get 1 point for getting
you
half
get
the
1
question
point for
right?
the cabbage man, the cabbage vendor, and the second point I heard it from Levon there.
Yeah,
the cabbage
Levon,
corp.
did you say it? Did you say cabbage corp?
Cabbage corp.
Okay, all right. So we're tied 1-1.
What if I could have been a
That was a hard one. I got you. That was a great shot.
Tied 1-1. Tied 1-1.
Tied 1-1. Levon, this goes to you. But Cabbage Corp has a competitor. What is the name of that company and who founded it?
These are insane.
Actual proper.
Well,
deep
think
cuts.
about let me say this. Think about the main characters in Team Avatar.
Yeah.
Maybe one of those characters has a connection to this company.
Yes.
Yeah. Cabbages. Is it? I don't know. I'm gonna have to buy a vowel. I mean, I already did.
But this is Levon anyway, because it went to.
I know.
It started to use Levon.
You can still.
Sorry, I have no separation. I can't.
I mean, it's not future industry. It's what?
What'd you say?
It is future industries.
Ding, ding, ding. That's a point.
Who founded it?
And who founded it?
Okay, I'll take one. So okay. I mean, that was their big competition.
That's
okay,
right.
I'm remembering this now. They're making the machines. Okay.
Yeah.
Cabbage or in future industries.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm only taking half.
Okay,
though. I
that's
wasn't
fine.
done with confidence.
All right.
Maya, now that you know it's future industries, do you have a guess of whose, let me just say, father might have founded it?
Oh, well, sorry. I know Asami's father founded Future Industries.
Yes.
We're giving the softballs now?
No, but
I don't know.
For some reason,
I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
this was like
I
a
don't know.
flash
What did I
forward
say?
And like
Softball.
Bolin had taken over or something.
I love you, Dad.
So this last question will be the question that was gonna it's gonna be decide the winner. Could decide the winner. Go for it. Which question you want to ask?
Okay, speed round. Why does Book 1's biggest adversary, Amon, claim to wear a mask? And what happens when Korra makes him take off his mask in front of a crowd?
Oh my God, these are all Korra questions.
Well, that is where we are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. He claims.
Okay, he claims he was brutally scarred by the Fire Nation.
Right.
Correct.
Falsely claims. Thank you very much.
One point.
Falsely claims.
What happens when Korra makes him take off his mask in front of everyone?
I remember this.
I remember the scene. I feel like it's that he looks normal, right? And then it's his identity is revealed. No, I'm wrong. Oh, Levon gets it. Levon gets it.
It's a little bit of a trick question.
It's a trick question because he has a
Tell us.
He has a scar. He has a fake scar on.
He put makeup on, so she's like, "We're gonna reveal you," and then he takes it off, and everyone's like, "Oh, he is horribly scarred." So it's a trick.
And then it washes off.
Yeah,
it washes off.
Okay,
Then
thank you for
works against
testing
her.
us.
Yeah. Those
we
were
didn't
very
prepare
good.
for core questions.
I think
You're very
Levon,
good. You're very good.
Levon, you got 1 point more. That's basically a tie, says the person
You're a
who,
winner. No,
who
he's
doesn't
a winner.
like anyone
He's
to
the
win
winner.
or lose.
I don't like to compete
Beautiful.
against him anyway.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for.
You guys, we could talk to you for 8 more episodes.
Oh my
this
goodness.
was a delight and
We
a
would love
joy.
to.
Thank
It's
you for
amazing.
digging deep with us. It's our favorite thing to talk about, especially when we have people who know and love it like we do
Right.
and who understand how deep and beautiful it is. So thank you so much. We love it.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the hard work that you put into making this show and into this podcast. It's really special. And we're so grateful.
Thank you guys.
Really, you can't imagine how much these shows have meant to us growing up, and to be able to have something that you can dive deeper in more as you grow older and understand more. It's like all the care and work you guys put in has not gone lost on the world, and certainly not on us. And from the bottom of our hearts, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank Levon and Maya. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thanks,
Thank you guys so
everybody.
much.
I'm very emotional.
I
Thank
know.
you guys.
You
See ya.
guys rock.
Thanks.
See y'all next week. Dive deeper into the world of Avatar with more of our award-winning podcasts.
Avatar Braving the Elements is available right here on the Avatar Legends YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
And catch more Avatar The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra on Paramount+.
That's the stuff! You are my hero!